Well, hello everyone, and welcome to the Prince Magnum channel where hot rodding and romance do coexist. I'm your host, Prince Magnum, and we are live once again. I have no idea how this is going to turn out. This is the first time I've actually streamed from this particular device, and we're going to see how this turns out. All right. So, this is it. This is the stream that I've been dying to do. I've been wanting to do this for y'all. Just we had to put a lot of things on hold. We'll talk about that in this particular live stream. Um, it's just one of those things, you know. So as people are starting to file in, let's talk about a few things. We are celebrating the fact that the Prince Magnum channel has crossed that 1,000 subscriber marker. You guys are awesome, okay? I couldn't have done this without you. I mean, we got a long road ahead of us to get to that point where we can be monetized again. We went through that a long time ago. The Prince Magnum channel was actually affected by, believe it or not, the adpocalypse. So we got hit hard by that. As a matter of fact, when that all came down, I was like, well, looks like we're losing our monetization. And I stood to make some decent money. But when that all happened, we got affected. So now we're at 1,000 subs. That's the next step. That's where we're heading now. All right. And of course, we're now also talking about the fact that February 7th was, believe it or not, 14 years without a drink or a drug for this guy right here. Okay. And believe me when I say that we are still, on that big road, trying to, trying to stay sober and trying to reach as many out there, whether it's here on YouTube or just in the community at large, who are just looking for that answer. Okay. Looking to get out of that world that I knew all too well. Believe me when I say, um, when you're living in the life of, an alcoholic without recovery in your life, it's a very, very depressing world. So, again, I want to thank all of you for being here for me and helping me stay sober. You guys are amazing, okay? And believe me when I say the YouTube community, when it comes to my sobriety, I mean, I'll be in some streams, and y'all, some of you out there will be having a drink on stream, having a good time and everything. And I have to tell you guys, have one for me, because every time I have one, it takes me to places I don't want to be. All right. So again, I want to thank all of you in the YouTube community for continuing to support the Prince Magnum channel and continuing to support this guy right here. You guys mean the world to me. All right. You guys are awesome. All right. I see a few people kind of coming in, bouncing in, that sort of thing. I do apologize if the stream is kind of lousy. Again, we're still working out some bugs and issues with our internet provider, and it's getting to the point where I won't be able to stream, due to the problems with said internet provider. So we're looking at other options right now as we speak, okay? Again, this is that stream where we say that, I get to, this isn't a soundbite. This isn't lip service. You guys are the ones that took me to that 1,000 sub marker. Thank you so much for that like. Again, it's the YouTube community. It's the YouTube community that's putting me over, as they might say in wrestling. Hey, what's going on? What the duff life? Oh, okay, okay. I don't know if I've run into you before, but thank you so much for joining the live. All right. Um, again, this, we're talking about me, staying sober consistently as a sober member of Alcoholics Anonymous for 14 years. And, you know, let me say, I'm a selfish alcoholic. I still need everyone. Okay. I need everyone out there. It doesn't matter if it's, in Alcoholics Anonymous, or if, in a meeting of Alcoholics Anonymous, or you guys in the YouTube community, or the public at large. I still need every last one of you to continue to help me stay sober. And when I say sober, I mean, we're talking, my alcoholism was very bad. It was a rough time. And that's right, AA life forever, man. I'm telling you right now, sober life is really exciting. Um, App One, thank you so much for coming to the live. You guys are awesome, okay? again, some of you out there, I know right now, probably watching at the moment. Um, some of you out there, I'll come into your live streams, and some of you might be having a drink on camera, and it's like, hey, I can't have a drink with you of alcohol, but I can have my cup of coffee. And there's a gentleman, actually, T Belly. Every once in a while, he's like, whatever you got, soda, coffee. I'm like, got my coffee, and he's like, raise that glass with me. So a lot of you out there have been supporting me in staying sober. And February 7th, I got to, cross that line of 14 years sober, which ironically enough, in one more year, it's never too late for coffee for me. I'll drink a pot of coffee and go to bed. That's just kind of how it rolls. Um, and yeah, I drink coffee all day long. I mean, it's just as soon as I stop drinking coffee, I get nasty headaches and stuff like that. Um, Sometimes it's iced tea. Sometimes I like my iced tea, and I work at a local McDonald's over in Farmington, and I do maintenance and customer service, which is kind of weird because most McDonald's maintenance men cannot do customer service. Um, but the joke, the whole thing about that is that I mean, sometimes I have to grab our sweetened iced tea. That's some good stuff, and I know I really shouldn't with my diabetes and all, but doggone, that's some good stuff right there. But anyhow, um, you know, so back to my life of sobriety. Like I said, I still need everyone. Okay, and I mean, I'm not paying lip service to this. Okay, because and I'm on YouTube. Got the 1,000 sub thing. No, when I say I need all of you, I'm not kidding. Okay, um, hands down, bar none. Alcoholics Anonymous, one of the things that we talk about when it comes to the 12 steps, we actually say that recovery itself through the 12 steps is a a personal journey. But with that being said, um, with it being a personal journey, you don't do it alone. And everyone's journey is a little bit different than somebody else's, and blah, 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 blah. Y'all get that idea, I think, by this point. So for me, going through the 12 steps, that was a personal journey for me. And anybody I've ever sponsored, it's been a personal journey for them. Along with that, um, it was a personal journey for my sponsor and other people that have sponsored me. Uh, but we didn't do it alone. We walked through it with a sponsor. So, that being said, I still need people. I still need all of you. And again, in the YouTube community, you guys prop me up. And it's sometimes very difficult to get to meetings. I get real busy and everything, and it's just sometimes very difficult to get to meetings. So a lot of times it's the support within the YouTube community that continues to help me stay sober. And along with a spiritual life that I have a God of my understanding that I don't understand, that sort of thing. And I'm not going to talk about religion because when you talk AA, you don't talk religion. It's just kind of um, you just don't do that, okay? We don't like doing that, and I really look down on meetings and groups that'll do that. And I've actually been to some that people were doing that sort of thing, and I no, no, it goes against our traditions. We don't claim any race, religion, ethnic background. We try to include everyone. It's one of the things I like to hear in AA is we're all inclusive, never exclusive. If you have a problem with alcohol, you're in the right place. So if any of you out there, while we're, in the middle of this live stream, while we're talking about, celebrating life and celebrating the fact that, the Prince Magnum channel is kind of, if you will, on its way. Now it took us 4 years to get to that 1,000 sub marker. That was rough. And in this live stream, I also want to take some time out, and I want to thank some individuals who really got behind me. Right out of the gate, I got to talk about my partner, Jam and John, Sketch Scars of Sketch Squad TV. I got to talk about him. There's times that, I mean, this guy's got to be from another planet, and sometimes we don't always see eye to eye on a few things. Most of the time we do. He's a very intelligent man, does amazing stuff with computers and stuff like that. He's just a really awesome guy. Hey, I know I'm gonna massacre your name, brother. Uh, Bellatan. I'm just going to call you Bell for short, brother. I'm sorry. I'm just not. It doesn't matter how long I've been sober and how much I learned. Some of you guys' names is just so hard to say, and I don't want to. I hate to massacre. So, you guys are awesome. And thank you for coming to the live stream. We've already got 3 likes. I don't care about the dislikes because they still viewed. And why are you gonna come in and hate on a celebration like this, celebrating 14 years sober? You guys, again, 14 years sober, that's what's up. It again, it's all of you out there that continue to help me stay sober. Okay, it's not just the people in AA. I'm a self. Just keep on doing what you. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. And I love all of you guys. You guys are awesome. Again, I can't say enough about the YouTube community. And I know some of you out there still get to enjoy a drink and everything. If you're thinking of me, have one for me, in your celebration. But if it ever becomes a problem, holler at me. We'll find you the people to help you stay sober. Okay. Because you know what? To me, alcoholism is just death on the installment plan. Hey, Mike, what's up, man? We got a lot of people joining the live. Wow, that is amazing. That is amazing. All right, we got 4 people in the live, 2 likes. That is amazing. You guys are awesome. And again, if you yourself run a YouTube channel, okay, if you're a streamer, you got 24 years? Oh my God. Oh my God, you have some amazing. Sometime I want to hear your story. I want to hear your story. My email, princemagnum1@gmail.com. I want to hear your story. Well, you know what? You know what? If you're struggling, if you're looking to get sober, there's some wonderful people that help me get sober. Let me say that right now. There's a lot of people out there that help me get sober, okay? Um, and maybe maybe sometime I'll have to tell that story again. And I'd love to do it in a live. I'd love to do it in a live and tell that story of how about my first meeting because I barely remember anything from that meeting. But what I do remember changed my life forever. Oh, doing it to 2K. Boy, you got high hopes for the Prince Magnum channel. It took us 4 years to get to this point. 4 years. And believe it or not, I'm going to say probably, 350 of you, I had to go out into the general public and tell you all about. I was actually basically when I would go to car shows, I would put in, if you've ever seen some of the videos, I have this poster board. It's actually right over there behind the shelf, and we're getting ready to redo the whole thing all over. But I would have where existing 24. You know what? It doesn't matter. 24. That's time. And regardless, if now that I've thrown my email out there, if any of you out there ever need just someone to listen to you, okay, and I'm going to just say it, if you ever need someone to listen to you, take that email, shoot me an email, make sure put something that's going to catch my eye because my email's a convoluted mess. If you ever just feel low and you just need someone to talk to, I'm more than willing to listen. I may not have all the right answers. Believe me, I don't have all the right answers, but I'm more than willing to listen to anybody who's hurting, whatever's going on in your life, hey, you know what? Again, one of the things that I've stressed, and I've said, if I ever make it big, let me say right now, I don't care how big I get. The people that put me there, I'm going to go out of my way to make sure that to never lose touch with the people who put me there. That's one of my big complaints about the bigger YouTube streamers and the big YouTube names out there is a lot of times I think I feel like they have gotten away from, they've just gotten so big they've lost touch with their audience. And I know there's a few of them that took some pretty elaborate steps to never do that. And I mean, like one of them, like Markiplier, I've seen where he actually did some pretty elaborate stuff, and I had to say I was really impressed with that. But now that enough time has passed, he might, it's hard to say. It's hard to say, but that's neither here nor there. But one of the things that one of the mission statements that I made for myself is that I would never it doesn't matter how big I get, I never want to lose touch with the audience that put me there. Okay. You guys should come first. All right. The videos and all the cool stuff, Project Spirit, you guys are the ones that I hope reap the rewards from that, more than anything in the world. But more than anything, I mean, if you guys are watching the videos and everything like that, I should still always have a friendly ear for you guys. All right. Hands down, bar none. You guys are the ones putting me there. Real quick, if you yourself have a YouTube channel, be sure to network with each other, okay? Get to know one another, okay? Because I know there's quite a few people, quite a few people in here. Some of you might know each other, some of you may not. And if you got a YouTube channel, maybe you're a gamer, you do live stream stuff like that, whatever it is that you enjoy doing, by all means, network with each other, okay? Drop a link for your channel in here. I'm not one of those guys, all right? Like, I don't usually keep alcohol around the place. I know Princess Faye gets to enjoy a drink every now and again, and every once in a while I'll go into a bar to sing karaoke, but I usually don't let alcohol come anywhere near me. No, I figure the best way to celebrate is to celebrate with all of you. Now I know this stream is late, and I want to apologize. Oh no, Bell, you awesome, you awesome. And I love the personality you're bringing to the stream right now. Thank you so much from the bottom of my heart. Real quick, while I'm at it, I'm going to move my device here. We're going to have a little bit of fun. And I'm going to go ahead and just touch that right there. Bell, you are now a moderator. Thank you so much for being here for me and helping us celebrate as it is. I know you'll watch my back as this stream is going on. All right. So now that we've got a new moderator, thank you so much. Let's also talk about why this stream was kind of behind and everything. Let me say right now, hitting 1,000 subs and then making 14 years sober. This celebration had to be put on hold because the week before I made, it was like on February the 1st, I was at work and I got a phone call. And this is why this stream is late. But I get a phone call, and my assistant store manager Pete comes up and he says, "Hey, Prince Magnum, you got a phone call." I'm like, "I got a phone call?" He's like, "Yeah, you got a phone call. It's your mother." I was like, "Oh, oh wow, all right. So this is important." So I stepped off and took the phone, and my mom said, "Son, I got bad news. Your grandmother passed." And it was my mom's mom that passed. I couldn't believe it because the last time I seen her, I mean, you could tell she was going downhill, but it just seemed like it was a little too soon. And for those who do not know, I'm actually retired from the medical field. I kept taking staph infections and everything. And unlike my 10th one, I had a staph infection that was right next to my spine, and it caused me to have a small stroke. And it basically, yeah, I mean, it's just one of them things. But I got out, I got out of the business, and of course, I tried factory work and things like that, and finally ended up at McDonald's, working as a maintenance man and working in customer service. But hey, I'm still kicking, I'm still going. I didn't have to go on disability, so I'm still rocking and rolling. And what I do on YouTube. Oh no, thank you. Thank you. I appreciate the personality again that you've been bringing into the live today. And I know this is like probably like your first live stream with us here on the Prince Magnum channel. And let me say again, um, you know, it's again, I always look for the people that are always, watching my back and things like that. And you guys are awesome. Okay. Can't say enough good about you. Um, you know, so thank you. I mean, already I could see that, I can trust you. All right. So where were we? Yeah. So grandma's passing and, so here we are, it's like, I'm all brokenhearted and everything. And, I was looking forward going live with you guys, when I hit the 1,000 subs and I was kind of planning something special. And initially I was going to do a video, just kind of a pre-recorded like I normally do. And part of me was sitting there going, no, no, I really want to go live. And I was, it's like, trying to get all the settings set up. And then, I was coming up on 14 years sober and everything. So I was getting really excited about that. And it was, so it was a lot of stuff going on. And then hearing about grandma. The irony of this is, okay, the irony of this is my grandmother was buried on the same day that I made 14 years sober. Now, I know some of you are already going, oh man, oh, ouch. That had to be hard. Actually, if anything, I consider that like a poetic irony in a good way. And let me explain why. My grandmother got to see me at my best sober. When I made matter of fact, it wasn't. I'd been out of touch with my family for a long time, and my grandmother got to see me for the first time at 3 years sober. And as a matter of fact, my mother heard me when I made 3 years sober. I was a speaker that day. My mother, who had just had hip surgery, actually got in a car, rode some very bumpy roads to listen to me as an AA speaker. Excuse me, I'm burping from the coffee. I apologize. But anyhow, so grandmother, my grandmother being buried on 14 years sober, with, because she always said, Prince Magnum, if you ever start drinking again, I'll turn you over my knee. And I'm sitting there going, Grandma, I honestly believe as spunky as you are, you would do it. Uh, so, it was heartbreaking to have to let grandma go. But the fact that she was buried the day that I made 14 years sober kind of gave me like a little bit of peace. You know, um, yeah, yeah, my grandmother, oh my gosh, spunky woman, spunky woman. And I'm actually working on right now an actual video as kind of like a thank you because my grandmother always told me, she's like, hey, Sean. Oh my gosh. This guy has been rooting for me to make 14 years sober. Uh, just again, I'm going to say it again, in the YouTube community, you guys are awesome. You know, thank you so much, Sean, for coming into the live. My goodness. Uh, wow. So many wonderful people stopping by and showing love, for a knucklehead like me who at one time was a fallen down drunk, scared of everything, including his own shadow. You guys are awesome, and the fact that you guys got behind this old drunk and and that sort of thing, and you guys, kept, pushing me to, not only stay sober, but kept pushing me to put out the best possible content I possibly could. You guys are the best, really. I mean, and I'm going to say it again. The Prince Magnum channel has the best subscribers in the world. Hands down, bar none. I have the best subscribers in the world. I know some people might try to argue that, um, you know, but you guys are the best. Okay. I can't say, I'm going to say it again. Okay. I could do these videos for myself, but you guys are the ones that are watching them. You guys are the ones hitting the like button. You guys are the ones telling, hey, you got to check this guy out. He's doing cars and he's doing romance and cooking and all this other stuff. You guys got to check him out. You guys are the ones that are doing that for me. Okay. And it's you guys that are putting me over, making me look good. I mean, my videos, actually, if you go all the way back and look at my very first video, it was a joke. It was horrible. But you go back to those old videos, and I watch them and cringe when I watch some of my old videos. But what's nice about them is it's like, man, look at how far we've come. You know, when I first started editing videos, I mean, I still use the same exact setup. I've just gotten really good with it. And as a matter of fact, right next to me is this old dinosaur computer that I've been using probably for like the last 12 years. And originally I was playing World of Warcraft on it. And that's actually how I met my wife, was playing World of Warcraft. Maybe someday I might do what my partner Jam and John does, and maybe live stream some World of Warcraft. But right now we're a little ways off from that. I'm going to hook up with them and see what we can't do about straightening out that live stream. So I can start streaming from an actual, right now, actually, um, I got a hand-me-down laptop, an Alienware, and my wife actually gave it to me, and I absolutely love this thing. It's fun to play. I've actually been playing Minecraft on, and I tried to stream Minecraft for y'all, but that didn't work out either. Just one of them things. We're gonna have to work them bugs out. Um, and of course, I've got a game on there from Steam that I can't stream because um, if not, I will lose the Prince Magnum channel. It shut me down. I can't stream that. Anyhow, it's a dirty game. It's a dirty game. All right, you guys are on. Thank you, Belle, for reminding everyone to hit the like button. Again, when you hit that like button, it reminds YouTube that the Prince Magnum channel is a force to be reckoned with. And let me say right now that I want the Prince Magnum channel to be a force to be reckoned with. I don't know if I'll ever make it so big that I can stop working altogether, but I'm hoping that eventually we'll get big enough that I can slow down and maybe work a few days a week, and kind of take it easy, because that would actually be really nice to be able to only have to work like maybe 3 days a week. I don't think I would ever fully retire. I wouldn't know what to do if I wasn't going to work every day. And even here on the channel, I mean, when I'm off work, I'll get up. No, thank you guys so much. Again, Bell being my top moderator right there. Of course, Sean, you have been a consistent. So we're going to do this real quick. There we go, and there we are. Sean, if you would do me a favor and say something in the chat, whatever you'd like, obviously within reason, I think you'll notice a slight change. Anyhow, again, moderators watching my back. All right. So again, we're talking about sobriety, and everything. Right now, I am actually, now that we're, a little ways past 14 years now. Again, well, I mean, my moderators are subscribers to the Prince Magnum channel, and I'm going to repeat it again. You guys are absolutely the best. Again, the Prince Magnum channel has the best subscribers in the world. I'm going to just say that again. You guys are the best. All right. Oh, it's situating. It's hard getting old. Here we are now, 14 years, and in another year I'll have as much time as my first sponsor, and now who again is sponsoring me again. Y'all hear me call him Sober Man. I'll have as much time uh, as he did when I first met him in my very first meeting. That was amazing. A guy's another one from another planet, just amazing guy, and he's always getting on to me anymore. Got to get to a meeting, Sober Man. I'm trying. I don't get out much. And I think he's starting to see a little bit more. It's just one of them things that as a content creator and as a YouTuber. Hey, Ubi Allen! Oh my gosh, Ubi Allen! There's another guy. Absolutely, another wonderful friend of the Prince Magnum channel. Be sure to check out Ubi Allen. Amazing guy, amazing. Um, you know, every stream that I have ever been in with Ubi, and actually all of you, but everyone I've ever been, class act all the way around. Just an amazing guy. Um, we're in here, we're celebrating, a thousand subscribers, which again, it was late for a reason. And we're celebrating 14 years of continuous sobriety. You guys are awesome. Again, the YouTube community put me over. I mean, and helping me stay sober. You guys are the best. I mean, hands down, bar none. Prince Magnum channel has the best people. Well, you know what? The congratulations, it doesn't just belong to me. It belongs to all of you too, because I'm telling you, you know, you guys are the ones that help me stay sober. You guys are the ones that, you know, that that tell me, hey, Prince Magnum, keep going, keep going. You know, it's people at work that keep telling me the same thing. Um, you guys are the best. Real quick, uh, I got to thank some people. I got to thank a lot of people. A&R, A&R. Oh my gosh, another guy, another class act in here. Oh my gosh, you guys are the best. Coming in and wishing me, happy 14 years. Oh man, thank you so much, Ubi. Thank you so much. You guys are the best. So many people coming in here and showing a lot of love and everything. Um, you guys are gonna make me cry, dang it. But there's some people I got to really shout out to. Again, I want to shout out my old partner, Mr. Sketch Scars himself, Jammin' John of Sketch Squad TV. Uh, he's the one who started showing me how to network. And when I started learning how to network, you guys, that's how I met all of you, is through that networking. And I got to shout out Choice Games because as soon as I got into his stream and started kind of talking and everything, um, you know, you guys, that's when he's like, introduce yourself around, and I'm like, I do mostly cars and romance stuff, and I also do some retro gaming and everything, and right away, I started getting to know a lot of you out there. Isolationist Network, oh my gosh, I don't get into his streams enough. Old Jamie, he's an amazing guy. Chef Drews, another amazing guy. Blood Dragoon, which a lot of people make a mistake with his name and call him Blood Dragon. He's um, Ryan. I'm I'm not sure who Ryan Newman is, but whatever he's going through, definitely in my prayers. Um, again, you know, um, doesn't matter how big we get, no matter who you are, you're never too big for Prince Magnum to throw a prayer for you. You know what I'm saying? Uh, gosh, so many. There's actually another. Um, there's so many people out there. There's this one woman that does these kind of almost like vlog streams, Miss Kelly, and amazing gal. She herself. Oh no. I haven't kept up with NASCAR in many years, but I will say that those guys are amazing drivers, and to hear that one of them got hurt is just heartbreaking, heartbreaking. So my thoughts and prayers are with not only the driver but the driver's family and the crew, because that's a tough one. That's a tough one. All righty. Um, gosh, so many. And then, of course, there's another channel out there. Let's talk about it with Jamie. I got to know a lot of people there. Um, you know, and through that, I met even more people. Jamie's Magical Disney Kingdom. He changed his name. It used to be Life with Jamie, and he switched over almost like a Disney fan. And he helped out. Oh yeah, Choice Games and Blood Dragoon, great people through and through, just good guys. They really introduced me around. There's another one, underrated. How does that go? Underrated gaming commander. He's another one that just amazing guy. And matter of fact, he's not too much farther ahead than me, and he looks like he's going to end up getting monetized long before me. Just absolutely. That's right. I know, Uli, you always, anytime I ever go live, you try to jump in. And the one guy that, I've been kind of hoping would kind of poke his head in, um, would be Choice because I mean, every time I've been in his stream, just amazing guy. Uh, Shoot, while we're at it, there's another guy out there, um, you know, the psychopath Jason Killer. Another guy, him and his fiance, Pisces Queen. Uh, just anytime I'm ever in their streams, just really, just good people through and through. And of course, it's shortened, but Hell Girl does video games. It's HGX does video games, but another one. As a matter of fact, she's a big fan of the romance series, and she loves the videos and always touches me at some of the comments that she'll leave behind. Just fantastic lady. Um, just there's so many. I mean, I know I'm not even getting close to all of you. Muscle Man, he does these amazing grow streams. And while we're talking about people that did grow streams, let me talk about how I hit that 1,000 sub marker. There's a particular gentleman who goes by Carolina Hillbilly, and Carolina Hillbilly 1961. So if you're ever looking for a grow stream to kind of hit up, he's the one to hit. I was sitting at 951. 951. And I went into his stream and I said hi. And immediately he's looking at it. He looks at it. He said, everybody hit up Prince Magnum. He's like so close to 1,000. And I'm like, oh, shoot, this is it. I mean, he stayed with me in that stream to get me to that 1,000 for, I kid you not, about a half an hour. And when we hit it, I mean, he went nuts. He's like, I mean, everyone was so happy and everything. He said, keep grinding, Prince Magnum. Do not stop grinding. Rage Bear Gaming, another one. I have not been in his channel in a while, but another great guy. Oh my gosh, so many of you stopping in. You guys are awesome. But Carolina Hillbilly, he's like, keep grinding, Prince Magnum. He said, because YouTube will do a purge to your channel. You're going to lose about 10 to 15. Well, we underestimated that purge. What ended up happening is YouTube actually went and purged 51 people from my channel overnight. 3 days later, we were back at 1,000, and now we're sitting at, last I looked was this morning, 1,042. So that's actually pretty doggone good, which last I looked, my partner, Jammin' John, Mr. Sketch Scars himself from Sketch Squad TV is not that much further ahead. And of course, we keep joking, saying, well, who's gonna pass up who? Who's gonna hit 1,100 first? Who's gonna get monetized first? That sort of thing. So we're debating how that's gonna go. Rage Bear, thank you so much. Okay, let me explain how that YouTube purge goes. When you hit 1,000 subs, YouTube will go in and take some that have been inactive for about 3 months. Okay. And when that happens, they'll knock off a few and they'll start doing it around 900, which is what was happening to me. I'd get a few, then I'd lose a few, and it'd keep going back and forth like that. Well, when I hit 1,000, they went on a big purge, got rid of a bunch of them. So I had to go back into those streams. And I actually was told by one of my subscribers that I know in the general public, it actually works with my wife. You got to watch the sub for sub stuff. But they actually had purged him off my channel, and he's actually active. So he had to go back in and resubscribe to the Prince Magnum channel. And he was very upset about that. So we got it back, and and I was sitting where it was like 3 away, and my old partner hollered at a couple of people. He's like, he only needs 3, So Jammin' John pulled through and got me those last 3. And right now, one of the projects I'm actually working on right now is I'm actually helping another YouTube channel get a start. And it's not really my forte, but this person came to me and said, you've kind of, gotten up there a little ways. Would you help me out? And I said, sure. I love the new logo. I love the new logo. Bear, that is a neat looking logo. And I when I seen that, I was like, and I'm sorry I haven't been able to get into one of your videos as of late, and I apologize for a lot of you who put out content. It's so hard to get in and see all of you, and I try as much as I can. There's even times that you'll be streaming or something like that, and all of a sudden this random like will pop up like that. Well, that's usually me, and the reason why is I'm actually so busy I don't even have time to stop because, like I said, I got my old clunker computer right next to me, and I'm usually editing. And the best I can do to try to hit, to get everybody is I'll actually stop in, hit the like button, and just rush out and get to the next channel so I could do that for them too. So I might be in there for a few moments and that sort of thing, but I'm over here editing at the same time, trying to, trying to help, help all of you out who've been helping me as much as I can. So I do apologize, and I feel like a low life for doing that, but you know, that's just one of them things. But anyhow, someone came to me actually within the general public. They don't want to be on camera, but they want to be. They want to make slime videos. I was like, all right, fine. So you'll notice that their names have been popping up in my videos. Their name will pop up to go check them out. People that are helping support the Prince Magnum channel, and that's the name of the channel is called Kitty Slime. And here in the near future, we'll actually be looking at doing kind of a crossover where we're going to actually be taking some slime that has been made by that channel, Kitty Slime, and we're going to run over it with Project Spirit, see what sounds we get from it, and we're going to upload to both channels, and it'll be a lot of fun. So if I know YouTube, that made for kids stuff. Well, we don't do stuff that's made for kids, but we do stuff that's family friendly. Get your kids. So that's one of the things that we're working on. And of course, anybody else who wants to collab with me is always welcome. Always welcome. Again, holler at me through, here, my email again is princemagnum1@gmail.com. You are all welcome to holler at me. You guys are awesome. Again, I can't say enough good about the people that make the Prince Magnum channel what it is. You guys are what makes my channel. And you guys are the ones helping me stay sober. Again, the Prince Magnum channel has the best subscribers in the world. I don't care what other channels have to say, no, you guys that are within the Maverick Nation. Now, if you're wondering what the Maverick Nation is, well, that's all of you. Okay. You guys are the Maverick Nation. You guys are the ones that, that make the Prince Magnum channel what it is, and where I got that idea is if you know what Maverick actually means, it's kind of that person who thinks outside the box, unorthodox, free-spirited, that sort of thing. It's actually one of the definitions I actually seen come up, unorthodox and free-spirited, which is how Project Spirit got her name. She's, being a Maverick, when I looked it up, one of the, that's actually how I got that. It was unorthodox and free-spirited. Oh, you guys are awesome. Be careful with that sub word. Be careful with that sub word, okay? YouTube doesn't really like that. One of the things that I usually say to people when I'm in there, take this as kind of like a big suggestion. I'm not going to get upset or whatever, but one of the things that I oftentimes suggest, and this is a strong suggestion, is I'll say, I just joined your family, or I just showed you some love. That's YouTube doesn't really get upset about that, so much. So be careful with that little S, those new S words. They get a little frustrated with that, and YouTube will, smack my hands. Prince Magnum, watch your people. Piss off YouTube. Anyhow, even I have my moments still where I'm a little cranky on that stuff. They make it. Always glad to help. Always glad to help. Always glad to help people out, and that sort of thing. You get again. You guys are awesome, and you know, real quick, so you guys kind of know what's coming up next. Later this week, I'm hoping to sit down and do a live stream for all YouTube creators. kind of something that has been in the making for a while. And I've been in live streams and I've said it a few times in a few other people's streams what needs to happen to kind of protect, especially after this whole COPA thing and how YouTube really kind of threw us to the wolves and didn't really give us a whole lot to work with. Surprise, surprise, they're notorious for that. But it's something that all of us creators are going to have to look at, and it doesn't matter how big you are or how little you are. There comes a time when we're going to have to protect ourselves and actually, kind of do that little something that YouTube doesn't want us to do. Yeah, I've been to Golden stream, and he's a good guy. I enjoy his stream. He's again, some of the streams that I go into are just amazing people. Hands down, bar none. Again, I can't say it enough. All of you in the YouTube community are amazing. I mean, you guys are awesome. Um, you know, I'm very fortunate. Here I am, 14 years sober, and before I got sober, I wasn't the friendliest guy. I wasn't the nicest guy. I was a hateful SOB. Um, and I started the Prince Magnum channel because at that time I was having problems with my heart, and because I felt I had knowledge that needed to get out to all of you, and at that time I didn't know if I was going to make it, and and I started putting some videos out, hoping that maybe somebody would watch it, and maybe it might help somebody. And then I got back into doing cars, and my health was improving, and I've got that one video that last I looked, it's coming up on 90,000 views. And some people like it, some people don't, and I absolutely hate that video. It's the worst video I ever did. And, you know, along with that, you know, a lot of you out there, you know, I had to walk up and say, "Do you know about my channel?" And then I got to know some of you through through gaming streams and things like that. And here we are now, 1,000 subs away, and we're getting closer to that time when I get to turn the monetization back on for my channel, and I can make a little bit of money and maybe start thinking about slowing down, spending a little bit more time with my wife, and of course, spending a little, kind of straightening some stuff out with my family and that sort of stuff. Um, you know, as we get closer and closer to that, I'm going to say it again. It, it couldn't have happened to a luckier guy. I'm the luckiest guy, the most blessed guy, whatever, however you want to look at it. I'm very fortunate that I'm where I am today, and it's because of all of you out there that continue to support me. It's all of you that continue to say, "Prince Magnum, keep going. Prince Magnum, stay sober." Uh, you know, and there was so many of you that during the time my grandmother, of the passing of my grandmother, a lot of you really supported me. And a lot of you kept telling me, if you need me, I'm here for you. You're in my thoughts and prayers. So many of you out there did that for me. You didn't have to, but you did. And, you know, and hey, Gavin John, another one. My goodness, you guys are awesome. You know, uh, Here we are, you guys, wow. Here I am, 14 years sober, 1,000 subs later, looking at getting, remonetized. And I was actually looking forward to telling my grandmother that passed that, I was on my way, that she was right. I was going to do something special. And it didn't happen that way. Um, but some way, somehow, I know she knows. Um, you know, that's huge. That's huge. And here we are now, 4 years later, the Prince Magnum channel is doing pretty good. We've come a long ways. And, yeah, we got the content about Project Spirit and all this, all these amazing things like that. Um, Again, it's you guys. It's you guys that make the Prince Magnum channel what it is. And again, when grandma passed, she was actually buried on my sobriety birthday. In AA, what we would call, what you guys might call, uh, a sobriety anniversary, we call a sobriety birthday because it's like being reborn into life again, being brought back to life, if you will. And February 7th, that was 14 years. Well, we were burying my grandmother that day. And to me, it was almost like a poetic irony in a good way. That because I mean, she was very supportive. My grandmother was very proud. And as a matter of fact, while we're here, I'll tell one of the stories about my grandmother that was our favorite to talk about. I'm 32 years old when this happens. My mom's getting remarried. And for the record, I think the world of my stepdad. He's a very quiet, reserved gentleman, but he's never said anything bad to me ever, and he's never done anything wrong to any of my children or anything like that. Just a good guy through and through. And when they're getting remarried, um, I'm telling this story about how about a story about my grandmother that passed. Um, that's why this stream is actually late. I meant to do this back when I made 14 years sober on February 7th, but I had to kind of hold off because there was so much going on with the family, and I needed some time. I needed some time before I felt good enough to be able to really present this to y'all. Because when I come into a live, I'm not, even though my computers are right here, I got the one over here that I play my games on and everything, and trying to work out the bugs so I can do a live stream. And right next to me is my old one that I've been editing videos on for like 3 years now. Um, so all that being said, when my uh, uh, probably one of my most favorite stories about my grandmother was when my mom got remarried. Grandma and I were talking, and I said, well, grandma's like, I got two brand new knees, but your grandpa doesn't dance. I'm like, Grandma, you want to dance at the wedding reception? And she's like, Yeah, I would love to dance at the wedding reception. Grandma, I can't dance super well, but I can slow dance. I said, I'll dance with you. She said, You mean to tell me that my grandson will dance with me? I said, if you don't mind your oldest grandson dancing with you. And she said, I would love it if my handsome grandson danced with me at the wedding reception. So, when at the wedding reception after my mom got remarried, I actually slow danced a couple of times with my grandmother, the one that passed away. And you know, as a matter of fact, some of those pictures were actually brought out at the funeral, and um, it was heartbreaking. It was hard. Um, as a matter of fact, my mom and I both cried on each other's shoulders a few times. So that's really why this stream is late, but better late than never. Like I said, I just needed a little bit of time before I could really, come to you all and tell you thank you. I just needed a moment to kind of, I guess you could say, I just kind of stayed busy working on videos, and that's why I was able to put out the Valentine's Day special the way that I did. I just stayed busy. I actually worked harder than usual on videos, and that was exactly how I was able to get through that. Was just working and talking with my AA sponsor and talking with my wife, Princess Faye. Real quick, I also want to thank Princess Faye. She, you know, this is, trying to get to this point has been difficult for her. You know, on one hand, she doesn't want to be really well known, but unfortunately, she is, and she's just not a real sociable type, and that sort of thing. So she has a little difficulty with that. But on the other hand, she's very supportive. At the same time, she's like, I know you're doing this, so we can have, you're trying to secure our future and everything. And she said, and I appreciate that, and I know how much this means to you, to work on the Prince Magnum channel, and to work with the people that you do, and that sort of thing. I know how much that means to you. Um, so she's a big support. Real quick, while I'm thinking of that, as I remember people that I need to shout out, Spaz Baby. If you've never been into, I haven't seen her stream in a while, but Spaz Baby's another good one. Uh, she keeps changing her name. She was going by Katie, then she changed it to Honey Bells, and I think she's back at Katie. Another great gal. She's every once in a while Dead by Daylight. A couple other things. Then of course she's got a partner in crime, Frozen Cookie. A couple of gals, amazing. As a matter of fact, they're real funny. Anytime I go in there and I start talking about what I'm doing with the romance series, they always Prince, I'm going to start deleting your comments, setting that bar way too high for the guys. And I'm like, no, I'm not. I'm just, wheels are always turning. Wheels are always turning. But again, that's what you guys also do. Okay. And let me explain. With the Prince Magnum channel, and I'm going to say it again. Okay. I probably said it like, 50 times during this stream. I have the best subscribers in the world. That being said, you guys really, I don't think you really realize, you guys push me to try to put out the best content I possibly can. And even though I'm working on outdated software on a computer that can barely do anything anymore, I do what I can do. And you guys are like, keep going, keep putting out this content like that. So you guys are the ones that push me. So again, thank you guys so much. You guys mean the world. Oh, wow. This has been a whirlwind of excitement. You guys are amazing. Oh, man. I mean, 14 years sober, 1,000 subs. You guys are awesome. I mean, I can't thank y'all enough. I can't thank y'all enough. Here we are. We started off, small time, just kind of a grassroots movement. I live in a small town called Bonne Terre, Missouri. Most people can't even find it on a map. It's so small, a couple thousand people here. And you guys are the ones that, from around the world, whether it's about Project Spirit, Project Lena, doing sweet stuff for my wife, talking about retro games, which I need to get on that dang video. Real quick, while I'm thinking about it, for those of you out there who don't know about the Sword Quest content test videos that I was doing, I have one last one to release. The treasures, the last 3 prizes from the Sword Quest contest from 1982 that ended in 1983. The remaining prizes from that contest that have been missing since 1983 from that contest, when they had to shut it down from the video game crash of 1983, when Atari had to shut down that contest. I found out what happened to those prizes. I know what happened to them. I broke the mystery, and I've got a video to finish, and I've got all this paperwork. It took me a little while. I'm still I mean, I know what happened to those prizes. I just got to go out and do the video, but I've also been kind of waiting for the company that I had to talk to that has that information to kind of give me what I'm looking for. But it's one of those things, even if they don't, I know where the information is. So even someone who can investigate it a little bit better than me can pick up where I left off. Okay. So I know what happened. Basically, the information's in a dusty room. I know what happened to those last prizes. We're talking a mystery from over 30 years ago, and I cracked that mystery. That's how we do things. See, it's you guys that made me do that. I'm going to blame you all. You guys are awesome. Oh my gosh. And here we are, grassroots movement. We started off small. That's right, an old school mystery. And and when this contest was going on, I was 3 years old. I'm actually 40. I'm 40 years old right now. So I never really got to, to experience. I mean, I got to play a lot of Atari games. As a matter of fact, I've got an Atari flashback that if you go to some of my videos where you'll see some of that stuff, um, believe it or not, that's actually off of an Atari flashback, which is really funny because a lot of times, what I'll do to get that, hey, Angela Rommel, oh wow, welcome to the stream. You're new here? Well, welcome to the Prince Magnum channel. We're actually talking about how you know, it's all of you that helped me get to 1,000 subs, and a lot of you out there who've been helping me stay sober as a member of Alcoholics Anonymous. So welcome to the live. Initially, I was going to go ahead and start winding this thing down, but if you all keep coming in, we're going to keep rolling as long as my phone doesn't quit on me. She's holding. We're going to keep rocking and rolling. What do you think of that? We're going to keep going. All right. So if you ever see some of the video game footage that I'll capture, believe it or not, I've got this really awesome, flat screen. And with this flat screen, I'll actually take this one of these little cameras, right, like this, and get it so close and so perfect that you guys can't tell that it's captured with a camera. That's actually how I've been doing that for a little while now. And believe it or not, when doing Breath of the Wild stuff, oh man, because I got to sit off to the side a little bit, that can become very difficult. And there's been times that I've had to reshoot scenes several times. Oh man, that's awesome. Wow, that is awesome. That is awesome. So, thank you so much. Appreciate you all again coming in and and showing love to the Prince Magnum channel. You guys are amazing. Again, I'm the lucky guy here. I'm the blessed guy here. February 7th, 2006, I walked into my first AA she's a Filipino? Wow. I am, again, blessed with wonderful people from around the world, all walks of life. Kind of a heads up, if any of you do speak a different language, I will kind of warn, I only speak two languages, English and bad English. Okay, unfortunately, I never learned a foreign language. About the well, it is so wonderful to have so many more wonderful people of different cultures and ethnic backgrounds. And just again, I am a blessed man to have the subscribers that I do. You know what? There's times I'll show up in very support. Hey, real quick, my youngest daughter, her name is Angela. I have a daughter named Angela. Hey, Chad! Whoa! Man, y'all keep coming. We're going to keep this live rolling. Oh my gosh. And we are now, from what I can see, oh my gosh, from what I can see, we are at 10 likes. I think that is the most likes I have ever, believe it or not, like right now, Princess Faye is actually learning French, and she'll say some very cute stuff to me. And there are times I have no idea what that cute stuff is, but let me tell you, well, she's my wife. I think she's the most beautiful woman in the world. So of course I'm gonna be like just all over that. 11, like, wow, wow. Well, I believe Angela is probably a very beautiful woman, but unfortunately, I will always say, no matter where I'm at or what I'm doing, my wife is still the most beautiful woman in the world. I mean, hands, that's just, I'm sorry. I'm a very proud husband. I'm a very proud husband of my wife. She puts up with me. Being an alcoholic, let me say, there are times that even I still make an ass of myself, you know. Well, yeah, I'm supposed to say stuff like that, but right up there, right up there, let me also say that I have very beautiful daughters too, very beautiful daughters. As a matter of fact, my oldest daughter is 18. She's 18 years old, and I can't even believe that. My God. Oh, I don't even think about that because I know there's going to come a day when one of my kids are going to come up and say, Dad, how do you feel about being a grandpa? And then I'll be like, you know, oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Again, thank you all so much. This means the world to me that we have so many wonderful people in here. I was 22 when my oldest was born. I'm 40 years old now. Um, I know so um, I know some of you out there might be looking at me going, "You don't look that old." No, I'm that old. Trust me. Trust me. The long hair. When I'm clean shaven, I look really young, and I enjoy that. I enjoy that. As a matter of fact, someone actually not that long ago told me, they said, well, I was figuring you were probably, just turning 30. And the only reason why I figured that is, oh, thank you. Yeah, I'm pretty proud of my hippie do. Actually, believe it or not, um, it's down to almost the middle of my back, believe it or not. Oh, no, no. Yeah, I'm actually 40 years old. I was because I work at a local McDonald's over in Farmington. Believe it or not, the kids, whenever when they first start working with me, one of the things that they'll actually say is, "Shoot, I thought you were a lot younger than me." No, no, I'm old. I was born in '79. When I was born, Jimmy Carter was still president. Oh, 36? I remember 36. 36 was a lot of fun. Actually, because we're talking about my sobriety, one of the jokes that I have, one of the jokes that I have about my sobriety is if you because I got sober at 26. So what I'll tell people is if you remember my 20s, you weren't there. Uh, Oh, you couldn't look that old. Good Lord. Uh yeah, I have a total of three daughters and two sons that I know of. Um I used to get around a lot. Anyhow, that I'll have to tell that joke now. Yeah, if you remember my 20s, you weren't there. And real quick, if you guys want to hear something funny, because I used to get around. One of the vices that, uh, if you work the medical field, it's not uncommon to see some of us out there who have vices in the medical field, and usually those vices involve drinking, drugging, sleeping around, or gambling. Well, I had two of those. Uh, I had a problem with drinking and I had a problem with sleeping around. But the funny thing about that is the last nursing home I was working in, which is actually, this is an old shirt from that nursing home. The joke was, I got actually this true story. I got really upset one day and I said, I could have been anything. I could have been a doctor. I could have been a lawyer. Shoot. I could have been a farmer. How hard is it to be a farmer? You get up every day, get a hoe in your hands, and you plant seeds. I'll give you all a moment to take that in. Okay. Uh, um, well, my med tech counterpart. Um, oh wow. Um, Actually, my mother was 18 going on 19 when she had me. And my grandmother was that passed away. She was 16 when my mother was born. Um, Different time, different time. Anyhow, my MedTech counterpart got upset and she says, Prince Magnum. Yeah. um, hey, in that case, you're a great farmer. um, my MedTech counterpart, she turns around and says, Oh, 33. Well, you're gonna have to make sure you do a birthday video of some sort so I can come in and hit that like button. Uh, I said, well, she actually got upset and she's like, hey, Chuck, what's going on? Wow, another one coming in. Wow. Well, my MedTech counterpart gets really upset and she says, I've heard about all the women you slept with, so you need not tell that joke. I turned around and said, sleep had nothing to do with it. Queen Bee, oh my gosh. Wow, you guys are awesome. Man, I swear, I'm telling y'all right now, if I see this, if I see my like button hit 15 subs, I'm probably gonna start crying, okay? That's for real, man. Wow. You guys are amazing. Coming in and showing love to this guy right here, an old fallen down drunk. Wow. Man, again, I know a lot of you out there have got channels of your own. Network. Get to know one each get to know each other, okay? And I'm not one of those guys. Drop the link for your channel in this stream, okay? It is not, I don't consider that. Drop it in here. Make sure we can find you, okay? So, that's what's up, okay? Queen Bee showing up. Man, you guys are amazing. Wow. I mean, coming in and showing love and support to this guy right here. You guys are amazing. Amazing. Oh, that's awesome. So many of you coming in and saying, hey, Prince Magnum, congratulations, 14 years, 1,000 subs. And I'm going to say it again, okay? I'm going to say it again. The Prince Magnum channel has the best subscribers in the world. That's why you guys are the Maverick Nation, okay? You guys make the Prince Magnum channel what it is. Actually, I got sober my first time walking in the doors of Alcoholics Anonymous. That's a good question. I'm glad you asked that. Now, that's not to say that I actually had a friend of mine who just passed away, and she passed away sober, a longtime friend of mine in AA. She was what we like to sometimes refer to as a retread. She came in, she'd get sober, she'd go back out. As a matter of fact, I met her at my very first meeting. And when I met her, she, she was like 3 months sober. And when I made a year, she'd already relapsed, came back in, tried again, went back out. And she'd come back in, go back out. And she was doing this before we ever met, my first AA meeting. And the funny thing about it is, finally, I'm looking at that time, like 9 years sober. And I'm like, Lori, you just had a heart attack because of your drinking, okay? And I know you're denying it, but your drinking is killing you. And I'm not ready to lose a friend. Go to a meeting. She came into a meeting and got sober and ended up having one of the best stories you could ever ask for. So it doesn't matter when you get sober or how many times it takes. All that matters is you start stringing those days back to back. That's the game we play, is trying to get those days back to back, okay, in sobriety. So here I am, 14 years later, anyone got a calculator? Well, hang on here. I don't like how it does that. All right, let me crack out my calculator real quick. All right, let's go 365 days times 14. Oh, wow. So for those that would like to keep count, I made to get 14 years sober, I had to not drink. An alcoholic of my nature, I could not drink for 5,110 days in a row. I couldn't have said it better, Chad. Or another way that I like to put it is only you know when you've had enough pain, okay? Only you know when it's real, okay? I can guess when a person has reached that limit, when they say enough's enough, I got to do something different. I'm going to keep going. If I keep doing this, I'm going to die. I'm not the one who can, accurately guess that. The one who's going to say that they've had enough and is going to try to do the next right thing is the person who's experiencing it. Okay. And I hate, I, I'm going to just say it. There's a term that you sometimes hear, hitting your bottom. I really hate that term because the real truth of it is, um, there, if you think you hit your bottom, go out and have another one. I promise you, you'll find another bottom. You'll keep hitting more on the way down. When what I like to refer to is that moment when you say enough's enough is that moment of truth. When you get honest with yourself and say, I can't keep doing this. I'm going to die, or I'm going to go to jail, or I'm going to end up in a mental hospital. That's the whole point. Um, you have to get honest with yourself at who you're looking at in the mirror, okay? When you're looking at yourself in the mirror and saying, I'm killing myself on the installment plan, and what do I mean by the installment plan? Is every drink is just getting closer to death. Um, so that's why I put it that way. Is that moment of truth, that moment you get honest with yourself, okay? I hate that term bottom. And of course, the deepest bottom is 6 feet under, okay? My first sponsor, Soberman, and who is again sponsoring me, he's been sponsoring me for about a year now. Uh, he actually put it that way. He actually said, if you ever think you have hit the lowest you can get, have another drink and you will find a bottom lower than that. He said, that's why we're here, because the bottom that you hit was just enough pain for you to get honest with yourself. That's why I like to call it that moment of truth. I know, so it doesn't matter how many times you come into AA. Again, well, I think one of the best ones I ever heard of, actually, the best one I ever got to experience, there's a gentleman named Carl. He came in, I kept seeing him for years. He'd come into a meeting, he'd come in drunk, he'd come into my home group, and he would sit down and he tried and tried. And I got to see him finally get sober when I was coming up on 4 years sober. I finally seen this guy get sober, and he made 8 months sober. And the moment that the reason why he got sober is his health had declined to that point where pretty much the next drink was going to kill him. And he made 8 months sober, and he finally passed away. But during those 8 months, that guy probably changed more lives than you could ever imagine. I mean, his story touched so many lives. And let me say right now, wherever he is, thank you, Carl. Even though you're long gone, what you said that whole time changed my life. That's why I'm here today. Again, I'm a selfish alcoholic. I need all of you too. Okay. Not just the people in Alcoholics Anonymous. I still need all of you. Every last one of you out there. I need every last one of you. I'm a selfish son of a bitch, and I admit it. Uh, my apologies to any ladies who are watching for using foul language. But the truth of it is I need every last one of you because if it wasn't for all of you, if it wasn't for the people in Alcoholics Anonymous and the community at large, and for all of you out there who continue to keep telling me to stay sober and to keep doing what I'm doing and that sort of thing, I need all of you because at day's end, without all of you, I'm just a knucklehead on camera. Thank you so much, Chad. Again, it's all of you out there. 13 likes in this live stream, and this is probably one of the longest live streams I've done in a long time. The fact that so many of you have come in. Initially, I was going to shut this down at an hour, but I'm sitting there like, there's so many of you coming in, and and so many of you chatting, and so many of you just, oh my God, I got 14. I'm looking at 14. Oh my gosh. Well, my story is actually just like so many others in Alcoholics Anonymous. I'll be honest with you. I get upset sometimes at some of the stuff some of us people in AA will do. Like I've been to this one meeting, and I told my story. Oh my gosh, I got 15 likes. That is the most likes I've ever gotten in a live stream. Oh my gosh. Mechanic CG. Oh my gosh. I don't believe I've ever seen you before, but if I have, regardless, welcome to the stream. 15 likes. Oh my God. So many of you coming in right now, wishing me, a happy sobriety birthday. And so many of you congratulating me on 1,000 subscribers. Oh my gosh. Oh, I'm sorry, guys. That's so awesome. Right on the heels of all the tragedy my family had to face. You guys are amazing. I'm sorry, I'm going to get emotional on you guys, but that's all right. Oh, where are we at? Where are we at? Come on, don't argue with me, phone. You uncooperative. There we go. Oh my gosh, we got Anthony in here. Oh my gosh, so many of you. Wow. You guys are awesome. Oh man, so many of you coming in, and I can't thank y'all enough. Okay. Again, you guys who have continued to push me, my subscribers are the best in the world. Not only do you guys support the channel, but you guys support me in staying sober. You guys are the best. Mechanic CG, I'm going to say right now, I love positive vibes. You guys, again, I'm the only YouTube creator doing custom cars and romance here, on YouTube, and first in the world. And you guys continue to push to keep that rolling, to keep doing that sort of stuff. It's you guys that make the Prince Magnum channel. Without it, I'm just a knucklehead on camera. Okay. You guys are the ones that make the Prince Magnum channel. You guys, the subscribers, the ones that I call the Maverick Nation, you guys make the Prince Magnum channel. Like I said, I'm just, I was a fallen down drunk 14 years ago, just looking to, just either looking for the end or looking for an answer to stay sober. You guys are the ones that do it. Couldn't have said it better. Couldn't have said it better. Wow. You guys are awesome. I mean, I'm a lucky guy. We're all lucky. Okay. We're all lucky to be here and to be alive and, to be sober. Let's celebrate life, because that's what it's all about. It's all about, I could go out there in the general public and there's a million people out there willing to tell me what I'm doing wrong. It's a lot of you out there telling me what I'm doing right. Okay. I can't say that enough. I'm a blessed guy. I'm a blessed guy, and, let me say again, there's so many of you out there that I got to thank, and I know I didn't get you all in this one. That's one of the things I love about the recorded content. It's because I can say, just go through, okay, I got this person, and I'm lucky. And that list keeps getting longer, and I keep having to shrink the names down a little bit more so I can fit more of you in there, because a lot of you support me. Oh my gosh. 15 likes in the live stream right now. You guys are awesome. Again, I'm going to say it again. If you have a YouTube channel, if you stream, if you do anything, don't be afraid to drop the link for your channel in the live, okay? Don't be afraid. I'm not one of those guys. I want you to drop it in the live, network. Get to know one another, okay? Tell us a little bit about yourself too. Mr. Greedo. Oh my goodness, I have not seen him in a minute. It's so good to see you, Greedo. First time I met Greedo, I had to do the Star Wars joke, and he's an awesome guy to be able to take that joke and just an amazing guy all the way. Again, I'm a fortunate guy to know so many of you in the gaming community. And we've got the Legend of Zelda content. I will also tell you guys, you play a lot of games too? Awesome. I will tell you all, over here on my, crappy computer that I do all my editing on. I'm actually looking at, hang on, you want cooperative? Okay, here we go. I am actually looking at right now a bunch of Legend of Zelda videos, the original ones, for the original NES from 1986 that I'm actually doing a walkthrough. Mr. Greedo, you guys are he blew me up with C4. Oh my goodness. I'm actually working on a Legend of Zelda, the original one. I'm actually working on the walkthrough of the original one. And most people don't know this, but there's actually 2 quests in the original Legend of Zelda series. I mean, it's bad enough that the first one is pretty cryptic. The second one is like 1,000 times worse. And they start moving around the labyrinths in that game. If the walkthrough of the original pans out really well, we're going to look at doing where I'll actually video a walkthrough of the second quest for the original Legend of Zelda from 1986. We will do that. That'll be awesome. If you guys want that, you better, we'll see how the first one does, and then we'll do a poll on it, and you guys can, we'll go from there. All right. You guys are amazing. Here we are. 70 in the stream right now that I could see. And, 15 likes. My gosh, you guys are awesome. How could I get so blessed? Don't fall down drunk like me. Here we are. 14 years is a long time to stay sober. I actually I'll have to, here, hang on a second. Let me get up my calculator again. Let's take 365 days times 14. That's, believe it or not, 5,110 days in a row sober. That's right. So we are going to keep, I know, believe it or not, when I started adding the video game content to the Prince Magnum channel, there was a backlash from older subscribers. The 3 extra days. Well, I guess I could. Man, that hurt. Let's just leave it at 5,110. That's too many to count. I'm not going to mess with it. Because, I mean, what if I did get sober during a leap year? I don't know. That's awesome. Oh my gosh, I'm up to 17 likes. Oh my God. That is the most likes I've ever gotten in a live stream. You guys, oh my gosh. Wow. That is a lot of you. That is a lot of you. Holy cow. That is amazing. Woo. What do I say to that? Wow. It's impressive. You guys are the best. And I know if Princess Faye sees this, she's going to be like, "My goodness, I did not know." You know, when you can go, when you can look at a live and see that many likes, and I don't even know if I hope not that I can't see if there's any dislikes, but if there is, I mean, the heck with them. They still gave me my view. You still gave me my view. But I doubt anyone would really troll something like this. I don't think anybody could troll something like this. You know, that's what it's all about. You know, all of us, looking out for each other and helping each other out and that sort of thing. Oh wow, it is like wow, that is early in the morning. Wow, and you came in that early in the morning to hang with me. Bottom of my heart, thank you so much. That's awesome that you would come in and hang out with me. And of course, I will also say there's also some stuff in the making on Project Spirit, my 1975 Ford Maverick four-door sedan. We're here pretty soon. I mean, we're gonna try to keep going live as much as possible, and along with that, um, I've got a lot of backlog content that we're going to be, posting, but I'm going to kind of be shutting down videoing for a little while and just kind of uploading content that I've been kind of building up for a minute. What we're actually working on. Oh, really? So you're like me. You edit every chance you get. That is awesome. Um, but we're going to kind of do some retooling to the channel. For ever and a day, I've used the same intro for like 2 years, and you'll see Project Spirit kind of cruising in around this corner. And we actually did that shot up in Fredericktown, Missouri, kind of right in behind the McDonald's that's up there. And I'll be absolutely honest with you, as much as I love that shot, it's kind of run its course because Project Spirit doesn't look the same anymore. She runs even totally different than she did in that video, that little clip. And for the outro, of course, she's driving away. And now we've got that one, "We Are the Maverick Nation," where it kind of scrolls, and that's fairly new. Princess Faye actually did that one, and the one that I was using before that was actually done by Jam and John. Um, we've done some other stuff and things like that, but we're going to be retooling soon, getting a shot where Project Spirits going by the camera extremely fast, and basically I'll be getting a second gear scratch. That's going to be because she can do that now. That's going to be kind of our new, that's what we're looking at doing, because I think that would be really, really awesome to see a 45-year-old inline six from Ford getting a second gear scratch. That engine's never been rebuilt, and I'm going to also say it that's the real star of the show is my old Maverick Project Spirit. That car, I mean, even as beat up and as dinged up as she is, I mean, everybody really loves that old car. Mainly, I think the biggest reason why everyone loves that car so much is because of how, after all these years, she's still running. And, you know, uh, that's the original engine. It's never been rebuilt. I average 40 miles to the gallon on the highway, top speed of 130, only three gears in the transmission. And it's a three-speed manual out of a 1967 Ford Mustang with a Hurst shifter mounted on it. Um, Real quick, because that's the real star of the Prince Magnum channel, Project Spirit. That's why I always say I'm the host with the most. Uh, Project Spirit, Princess Faye. Oh, get a car of your own. Myself personally, I love classic cars. Um, More than anything, I actually prefer my classic Oldsmobiles from the 60s and 70s. Actually, all the way back to the 50s. 50s had some beautiful cars back then. Um, the 57 was the best year for cars, period. The 57 Chevy and even the 210, the 210 and even the 150 series, 57 Chevy Bel Airs were gorgeous. And of course, the Bel Air convertibles. Oh my gosh. Um, then there's the 57 Ford Fairlane, 57 Oldsmobile. the 1959 Chevy Impala, the 58 Chevy Impala, for that matter, beautiful looking cars. The 1959 Cadillac Eldorado, shoot, the 1950, 51 Mercuries, gorgeous looking cars. I actually rode in a 1951 Mercury once. It was the guy who taught me how to work on Fords was all the Skylines. Honestly, myself personally, I like the 91 Skyline. I think that's what you guys might call the R30 32, I think it is. And gorgeous looking ride. Of course, we never got the Skylines here in the U.S., but now because of that 20-year classic law, we can get them here. Oh, the R30. Okay, okay. We can get them now in the U.S., and I would love to get my hands on one. And I wouldn't want to do any toony sort of stuff. I would honestly would want to actually kind of do like a full on restoration, is what it might have been from the factory back then, and just kind of keep it as close to original as possible. Because again, classics, any classic car, they don't make them anymore. That's why they're classic. Um, and I love take eventually. My dream is to one day restore a 1957 Chevy or a 1957 Oldsmobile. That is my dream one day, to get the Prince Magnum channel big enough where I can afford to do that. That's actually a dream of mine. And to be able to, just kind of make the videos and present the videos to you guys and then do all that. You would want to tune one up? Project Spirit, being an old Ford, um, what I'm actually doing to her is kind of the old school build. Since you're new to the channel, I'll tell you the inside track on that. I'm actually doing kind of an old school hot rod build. What we would have done in the 70s and in the 80s, and where I lived in the 90s, that old school carbureted hot rodding stuff that we would have done back then. And let me say right now, you know, being, showing you all what I would have done back when I was a teenager. Here I am, 40 years old, still doing this stuff. To be able to show you guys that, it's a lot of fun. You know, you get out there and you start working on them and everything like that. Princess Faith, sometimes my wife, Princess Faith, sometimes thinks that, she hates listening to me when I get frustrated, but if you don't cuss at it, you're not working on it. Um, and as a matter of fact, well, I'll just show you. Hang on a second. Let me slide over here and grab it real quick. Um, where did I put it? There we go. Um, I was looking at body hammers, body hammer kits and everything, and I got really sick and tired of the prices. And it's like, in the old days, we would have grabbed like a 2x4 or something like that and grabbed whatever hammer we had available and pounded that dent out. Because Project Spirit, a 45-year-old car, she's got dents. She's got dents, dings, and she's got a couple rust holes, things like that. So it's like, what can I do? So I started looking around for cheap hammers that, I knew that the first time I would use them, they would fall apart. But then I took them apart and put them back together, cleaned up, polished and everything. And here's the first one that I kind of did a resto job on and, refit it. This one, my wife has already claimed. I did this one myself. And I got the video for how I did it and everything like that, and we'll put it up and show that one off. And then I just finished this one the other day. Not the prettiest looking thing, but it turned out all right. And basically, I can pound out dents with this. So doing stuff like that, just kind of grabbing a hammer and bang, 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 pound out that dent, just like we did in the old days. And that's exactly what I would have done back then. Or, I didn't have to have a special professional kit. Matter of fact, my first car was a 1971 Nova. My second car was a 78 Camaro. And that's the sort of stuff that I did back then. If I needed to feather the backside of that dent, I just grabbed a block of wood and just pounded on it until I was happy with where it was. And if I didn't get it exactly perfect, you take a little bit of body filler and put that in, and you were good to go. It was just, that was how we did it back then. Um, and people don't do that stuff. So we're going to show you a lot of old school stuff like that. Uh, that's what those videos are all about. Is doing that old school stuff. But nothing wrong with you know nothing wrong with doing a build or anything like that. Myself personally, I love working on the classics. That's my bread and butter. Really, at my age, believe it or not, the older, you know what? Um, I actually, here in the U.S., it's where I live. It's not uncommon for those, uh, for some parents to buy their kids a really crappy car, and then they'll show that, and then basically, like the car won't even have an engine and transmission, and then the parents, the dad will show their kid how to rebuild them. Oh my goodness, we have another one coming in. What we're kind of celebrating the fact that I'm actually 14 years sober as a member of Alcoholics Anonymous, and I got 1,000 subscribers. This stream is actually late. I meant to do this a lot sooner than this, but unfortunately, I didn't get a chance to do that. Uh, I had a grandmother that passed away, and when she passed away, I had to kind of put everything on hold for the family. So, welcome to my channel, the Prince Magnum channel. Thank you so much for being here and kind of joining all of us. You know what? I'm going to say it again. It's all of you out there. Oh my goodness, thrice it kept. Oh my goodness, look, more people popping in. Whoa, you guys are awesome. Uh, Man, this is huge. Oh my gosh, we are almost. From my counter, I can actually see that we are almost at 20 likes. And again, at 15, that was the most I've ever had in a live stream. And that means that I have long since broke my personal record. You guys are awesome. Again, if you yourself run a channel of your own, if you stream whatever, do not be afraid to drop a like. Well, don't be afraid to drop the your link in the chat. Um, you were at school when you hit 1,000. That is awesome. You got tossed out of the classroom. That's awesome. You got man. Well, I graduated from high school back in 1997. I'm like old, like dirt, and you know, uh, my wife says, "Shoot, you're older than dirt." Shut up, honey. I love you, but that's enough out of you. That's awesome. You guys are great. You guys are great. Thank you so much for joining the live. Thank you so much. Initially, man, so much for that 1 hour marker. Normally, I don't go on. Uh, normally I don't go on this long, but since you guys are all coming in and we're all celebrating and telling some stories and talking about everything, that's awesome that you guys are so kind enough to come in here and hang out with me, and show some love to this guy who at one time was a fallen down drunk. Kind of a heads up. I mean, I know I think I see some other languages being tossed out there. Again, I apologize. I only know two languages, English and bad English. So I apologize, but hey, that's all right. I'm just glad that you're all here. That's what's important. Oh my goodness, Queen B 2214. This gal right here does amazing live streams too. Always shouts me out and everything. An amazing friend, an amazing friend. I'm lucky again to have the friends that I have here. Oh my gosh, you guys, 20 likes. 20 likes for this old 21 for this old fallen down drunk. You guys are the best. man, I don't know. I don't know what to say. You know, here I am, 14 years ago. Who'd have thought that I'd be sitting right here telling you all that life is good because I got sober. So many people out there who Queen, I'm going to say it right now. It's all of you that helped me stay sober. It's all of you. I'm still a selfish alcoholic. I need every last one of you out there, too. Not just the member of Alcoholics Anonymous, not just the public at large. I need all of you out there in the YouTube community. It's all of you that continue to help support me and help me stay sober. That's how I made 14 years, is all of you. When bad stuff happens, I can turn to you guys. You guys say, even if you guys don't know it, there's times that I'll come into you guys' stream or pop into one of your videos, and something you might say, something you might do helps helps me helps me get through. It takes all of you, you know. It takes I guess you could say it takes a large community of people from all around the world. Oh, I believe it or I will be glad to tell Princess Faye that you said hi. You guys are awesome. And I'm going to say it again. You know, being as selfish as I am as an alcoholic, um, all of you out there are the ones who help me stay sober. And that's a lot of you now, over 1,000 now, who continue to help me stay sober every day. You guys are amazing. Thank you so much. And the fact that so many of you have come in and showed support for me. As I'm looking at the counter, I mean, I'm, because I've got that 1,000, I'm like, I'm going to stream from my phone because my internet sucks, here and that sort of thing. And trying to stream from my computer has just been a hassle. So a lot of times it's just audio and a lot of skipping. So, the fact that you all came in and, are here and, uh, showing why I have the best subscribers in the world. You guys in the Maverick Nation, you guys are awesome. You guys are awesome. And I swear, if I see another like, I will probably start crying again. Okay, because this is huge for me. I initially was only going to, go, uh, you know, for an hour, but I'm having so much fun with you all. I don't want to stop. And you guys mean the world to me. You guys mean the world to me. Um, I have the greatest wife in the world. Um, and on top of that, I have the best subscribers in the world. And it's hard to believe that over 14 years ago, I was walking into an AA meeting saying, I don't know how to go on without a drink or a drug. That's right. This has been a party for me. I mean, this has been huge. This has been absolutely huge. You guys are the best, okay? And I mean, I'm lucky. I'm lucky, blessed, however you want to look at it. I'm lucky to have all of you. Um, Mechanic, I'm going to tell you right now, I live for positive. There's a whole world out there right now, and I know every last one of you in here know this. There's a whole world right off of this stream. I can walk outside, walk up to somebody, and they will tell me what I'm doing wrong in my life. They will be glad to tell me what I'm doing wrong in my life. However, I can come in here or go to an AA meeting, and you all will tell me what I'm doing what I'm doing right. Out there, they'll tell me what I'm doing wrong. In here, you guys will tell me what I'm doing right. So that's one of the reasons why I like doing, and we're going to get back to doing it. If this really works out as well as I'm hoping, we are definitely going to get back into doing Sober Talk live streams. We're going to talk more about the big book, and hopefully we can help a lot more people out there. No. Okay, there we go. one of the things I love about live streams is see when I'm recording, I can, I pretty well, I don't script myself too terribly much, but I pretty well know how I'm going to do it. And it's like, oh, I could do better, I could do better. And eventually, what comes out is really good. Or at least I feel it is. It's still a lot of it from the heart. But when I'm in a live stream, a lot of it is impromptu. You know, you guys get Prince Magnum at, basically, you guys get me 100% me. Okay. No additives, no preservatives. You guys get me at face value. Um, and that's one of the beauties of a live stream is you guys can get me at face value. And I love that because I can connect with you guys a little bit better. And if I'm wrong about something, you can also call me out on my BS, because I don't mind being called out on my BS every now and again. I'm very fortunate that, again, that um, you guys will also keep me on the straight and narrow. So if I'm not right, you guys will keep me right. And that means the world to me. And of course, if I didn't, again, if I didn't want to be in the position that I'm in, I sure as heck wouldn't have started the Prince Magnum channel. So you guys are the best. I'm a very lucky alcoholic, let me tell you. Very blessed, really. God of my understanding that I don't understand helps me stay sober and gave all of you, basically gave me the subscribers that I have, the best subscribers in the world. I'm very fortunate. Again, if you don't know each other, get to know one another, network. Just kind of a heads up, YouTube doesn't like that certain S words. Just one of the things that I'll tell people is if you jump in and smash someone's follow button, if you will, and hit and ring their bell. Just tell them that you showed them some love, or that you joined their family. YouTube doesn't. But again, don't be afraid to drop the link for your channel in the chat. Okay. Wow, this has been an amazing live stream. I know at some point I need to go and probably grab a bite to eat, or my blood sugar is going to do some crazy things. And I'm running out of coffee. Oh my goodness. Thank you so much for coming in. Thank you so much. It means the world to me. I think we're going to go ahead and start winding this down. I initially didn't want to go this long. I want to thank all of you for being here, for this knucklehead right here, and helping me, and supporting me on, making that 1,000 subs and making 14 years sober. Again, I initially wanted to do this stream a lot sooner, but it didn't happen that way. What matters is that we're here and we're now, and again, for those who do not know, maybe you missed it earlier in the stream, but I had to put this stream on hold because I had a grandparent that passed away, my grandmother who passed away. So that was so we had to get through that tragedy, and I just needed a little bit of time. And there is my beautiful, lovely wife, Princess Faye. ANR, thank you. Wow, so many wonderful people in here. Mechanic, thank you so much for coming in. It means the world to me. Hi, honey. My wifey is in the stream. I am there. That's my beautiful, lovely wife in the stream right now, Princess Faye Rue. Again, a lot of beautiful ladies have stopped by the stream, but as beautiful as all of you are, I have the most beautiful wife in the world. Thank you you guys are amazing. Thank you all so much for being here and being here with me. Initially, like I said, I did not want to go this long, but you guys really, again, pushed me to go all the way, to go the distance. That's what you guys do, That's what all of you, my subscribers, the Maverick Nation does for me. You guys push me to go above and beyond. And that's why, again, I have the best subscribers in the world. All right. Honey, I know you probably want to give me a phone call, so I'm going to hurry the heck up. Uh, and while I'm at it, honey, be sure to scroll up. Queen Bee, a couple of Queen Bees said hi. They wanted to say hi to you. So, all right, folks, that brings us to our usual stopping point. That brings us to our wonderful stopping point. Since we have been talking about Alcoholics Anonymous, I'm going to go ahead and give kind of a slightly different, kind of the one that I used for sober talk, the the way that I like to say it in sober talk. So that's how we're going to go ahead and do it. And it goes like this. At day's end, I hope all of you need me as much as I need all of you. And as always, for all of you out there, as this stream comes to a close, if no one out there has told any of you that they love you today, Prince Magnum does. God bless you and have a happy 24. Thank you.